Yes crew, this is your boy Stanton and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to look at using Serum to create a nice organ sound for those house, garage and tech house tunes. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay guys, so let's go over to Serum and open it up. And let's choose our basic shapes and we'll choose a sine wave. Now for this particular sound we need a nice sine wave, reason being it's already quite soft and it has that nice organy tone, as you can hear that. And then same again, just go into our basic shapes, choose our sine wave, then from here we're just going to knock it up 7 semitones. And already there we're getting a bit more of an organ sound, and then we're just going to push it up by 1 octave, and there you go, got a bit of a nice organ sound going on. But for me, I like to push it up by 2 octaves, and then we're just going to play it down the keyboard, so that's by 1 octave, and then this is by 2 octaves. Just sounds a little bit more garage-esque. And then from here what we're going to do is going to go to our envelope 1 section. Give it about 5 milliseconds attack time, just to remove that click. And then we're just going to push up the hold to around 50 milliseconds. Now what this does is, when the attack time reaches its maximum here, the hold function is just going to hold it in place for that 50 milliseconds. As you can hear there, if we put it to 0, the attack just drops back down. So let's put that back to 50. We can keep the decay at 1 second, and then we're just going to pull the sustain down to 0 just so we can get that pluckiness, and so it's a bit more stabby. And then from here we're going to add in our noise oscillator, put it on 1-shot mode. It's going to pull down the level. In fact, let's just have a look at the organ noise. So there we go, that's a little bit more dusty. Just pull down the level, apply envelope 1 on there. It's going to pull the modulation amount down to around 10. Is rather nice. And then from here I'm just going to add in a filter. Choose an MG low 12. Just going to open up the cutoff there, make sure A and B is being sent. Then I'm just going to pull the filter down to around 100, and then we're just going to apply envelope 1 to the cutoff there, and put it around to about 30 on the amount. Push up the resonance to around 25, and then I'm just going to boost the signal a little bit with a drive just to bring it out a little bit more. There we go. That's sounding nice. And then I'm just going to put it in mono. And then from here I'm just going to add in some hyper, just to add in some more additional harmonics. And if you hear, as you push up the mix, it starts to make it sound a little bit more square wavy, which takes the sound a little bit more further, and like I say, adds in that garage-esque vibe going on. Then I'm just going to add in some distortion, pull the mix down, maybe to around 25%, that's nice. And then we're just going to add in some compression, just to control the peak. And then we're going to add in some chorus, just to widen the sound a little bit. Just warm it up a bit. And then from here, going to add in some reverb. Going to pull the decay down to around 3. You can go a little bit lower than that as well, maybe on 2 seconds. See what 1 sounds like. Let's whack it back to 3. And then we're just going to push up the low cut a little bit. Just take out some of the bottom end of the reverb. And that's pretty much it, the sound, guys. But if we want to take the sound a little bit further, we can go into this section here, which is our wave editor, and start editing the waveform so we can make it a little bit more custom. And we can get really deep with this and start experiment with all these what's called bins. Goes up to like 48, but I just go really subtle on this, and as you can see, it'll change the waveform. And it's going to go along to bin 2, 3 even, push it up to around 30. As you can see, that it's changed. And then from here, what we're going to do is just going to copy it and then paste it onto oscillator B, so that now both oscillators are the same waveform and we've got our own custom waveform. So if we listen to it now, there we go. We just took the sound, you know, from a generic organ bass sound or stab to something more custom. Let's say we could go back into it, maybe turn bin 3 down to around 15. Let's see what that sounds like. Just copy that, paste it back in, see what it sounds like now. That's pretty cool. Let's just go back in and put that back to 30. Just copy it along, paste it in there on oscillator B. That's sounding cool. But like I say, we could go back into our envelope section here and we could pull back the decay time. Make it sound a little bit more stabby. We can lengthen the decay to around 2 seconds. And we can give it a little bit of a longer release time. If we like. But let's just put it back to 15. And we'll just put this back to 1 on the decay. So there you go, guys. That is a nice organ bass in Serum for those house, garage and tech house tunes. Get to it and experiment. Okay guys, so just to recap, we've looked at setting up the oscillators and pushing up oscillator B using 7 semitones and 2 octaves just so we can create that nice house organ sound. We've also looked at setting up the envelope section and using the hold feature just to hold the sound at its maximum peak, just to create that nice organ house structure. We've also looked at setting up the filter and also added in some white noise in there so we can get that analog emulation and hiss. We've also took the sound a little bit further using some effects, using the hyper to add some more harmonic content, and the reverb for some space, and the chorus for some warmth, and also the distortion for grit, and some compression just to control the peaks of the sound. We've also went and took the sound even more further using the wave editor, where we've created our own custom wave shapes. Go away today, take what you've learned from this lesson and start implementing these sounds and these techniques into your own tunes. Let me know in the comments section below which is your favourite tune with that house organ in. If you want to get my help personally, you can shoot me an email or message on Instagram. We can chat some more, or you can join the community and comment in there and we can chat some more. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.